Alrighty, welcome back. We're on to lesson number 9. I know today we've talked about, let's see here, notes, major scales, minor scales. We talked about that in relation with the Nashville number system as well. We talked about forming major chords, minor chords, diminished chords, augmented chords, suspended chords, and now I want to go and I want us to look back at the Nashville number system. I know we talked about it in reference to the major scales and the minor scales, but today I want to look back at it in reference to chords. Let's go back to our piano now. There we go. So now, let's look at the C major scale. That's the best way to look at it. First, we got to know our scales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, each one of these notes, we're going to build a chord on. Now, you might need to take out a piece of paper and write all this down just for reference. Now, when we're building chords, each of these points is going to be, they're not all going to be the same kind of chord built on every single point. Now, with your 1, the chord that's going to be built on that is your major chord, C major. Your 2, you move everything up in the scale. That's going to be a minor chord, D minor. You move everything up in the chord, up in the scale again. That's another minor chord, E minor. Now for your 4, that's going to be major, F major chord. Then you have a G major chord, which is your 5, and then your relative minor, 6, which in this case is A minor. Then your 7 is going to be diminished. B diminished in this case. I don't want anybody to be diminished though. Excuse the pun. And then back up to your 8 or your 1. So you have major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and back to major. And that is how you fit all of these different chords into the Nashville number system. When I say, if you're in the middle of a song and you're in the key of C, and if somebody's trying to tell you directions, or you're trying to do something on the fly, and your band director is saying, go to 3, you're going to go to the 3 chord. Now, I know a lot of people have also been wondering, how in the world now do I work out my left hand or the bass notes down here? Well, when you've got a chord up here, generally, my rule of thumb is, say I've got F here. 1, 3, 5. Down here, in the octave below, I like to play 1 and the 5 sometimes. Sometimes, though, I'll play my left hand, I'll do an octave down here, although I'll move it down another octave here. That's especially useful if you don't have a band, if you don't have a bass player, Without that bass player helps fill in that lower end down here. And so, like at my church, we don't have a bass player right now, and so whenever I play, for the most part, I'll play 2 Fs, I'll do a whole octave down here in my left hand. But if I ever get to the point where I play in a band with other people now, I like to stay in my own little spot. Hopefully this lesson has helped you, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. God bless you, and you have a good rest of your day.